All right, welcome back to our episode. Ryan here with Chaos, and man. Today we have on Ivana Petrovic. Ivana, how are you doing today? What's the day been like?
I'm going good. I just came from the training, first session, and then I'm going to the second one in 3 hours. So yeah, like every day,
Yeah,
training, home training.
yeah. It seems like you've been training hard. I saw on your Instagram a lot. Seems like you're training and everything's going well. And it has been a couple months since your last fight. So how has it been these last couple months? Has it just been working on your craft, trying to get better?
Yeah, actually, it's almost 6 months, and that's a pretty long time for me. Usually, I fight every 3, 4 months since my amateur career. And but I had a time to involve since my last fight, and that's the good thing. But also, I'm really motivated because I didn't show my best in my last performance in UFC, and I was training really hard. The negative thing is that I lost and I didn't show my best, but the positive thing is that I never trained so hard and I was never so motivated before. And of course, motivation helps also to train all the time and be in that fight mood.
Yeah, no, I definitely want to talk about your first UFC fight, your UFC debut. But before we get into that, after the fight and training, have you just kind of, has there anything new you've been working on? Like, have you been improving your striking, your ground game, like jiu-jitsu, wrestling? Has there been anything you specifically focused on or just improving in all areas?
Specifically, I was working a lot of on my striking skills.
Okay.
Actually, I'm coming from kickboxing. I was a good striker, but then I turned to and or I started with grappling, and then I did a lot of grappling because I just fell in love with grappling, and then I was really confident, and I was probably ending in every fight on the ground, and I was ending all my fights on the ground. But then I'm in UFC now, and even I was thinking maybe Luana was not going to be on my level if you talk about jiu-jitsu. That's not the truth. She was prepared. She was doing just jiu-jitsu in 3 months, and yeah, she showed me that. And if I can go back in the time, I will probably strike with her. I think that would be much better choice for me. But of course, I didn't do a lot of with my striking because I was really confident with my grappling. But now I was working with my coach Daria Albers.
Yeah.
She's my mental performance coach, but she's also a really good striking coach also. So I was working with her, and now my striking is uh, different level. You're gonna see that, guys, next time.
Yeah, no, I'm excited to see it for your next fight, the striking. It probably looks really good. And now for your
Thanks.
UFC debut, how was the experience? How was fight week? Signing the posters, the media day. How was everything with that?
Everything was normal, like usually, like signing posters. Everything was okay. I like to be there. Like my dream was to come to UFC, but the fight day was a little bit different than usually when I'm fighting. I'm really calm. They know that, but that time I wasn't so calm, and obviously I signed for the biggest organization in the world, and I was just thinking, oh my God, I'm in UFC. And then I lost my focus, and when I come into the fight, I wasn't there at all. That's like, I think that's my like 50% of me in my fight, because um, I was hearing my corner, and then I was hearing commentators, then I was hearing some other voices there. I wasn't there at all, and we was studying the fight, and every time I watched again, I just see that's not me. I'm not there at all, and I don't know what happened. I felt like I'm on some black magic is on me. I don't know. It's so funny, but yeah, shit happens, and yeah.
Yeah, I always find it interesting. Like when I spoke to fighters who fought in the Apex, they always say like you can hear the commentators speak and you can kind of hear everything, like the other corner, your corner. So it could be a lot. And for your thing during fight week, did you have any favorite thing during fight week or kind of enjoyed it all?
Uh, that was my first time in Las Vegas, and we were enjoying that time there, enjoying the sun. Everything was like normal, and everything was really good. weight cut, that was the easier weight cut ever. And it's warm. I really like warm. I'm coming from Bosnia Herzegovina and from Mostar, the warmest city in the world. Like in the world, it's like 50 degrees in summer, and it's crazy. And I used to all that stuff, but just something was off on the fight day, but everything else was perfect. UFC Performance Institute, like amazing. I had everything prepared, food. I was getting massage every day. It was amazing.
Yeah, well, let's talk about the fight. So you're walking out to the octagon. How are you feeling? And then once you step in the octagon, how are you feeling? Like, are you thinking about anything? Do you feel good, or did you, cause that kind of when it all started, kind of froze up? Like, how did you feel walking out to the octagon?
Um, when I come into the octagon, everything was okay, but I was a little bit like I was focused just on Juana. I
Okay.
didn't saw anything, and I got that tunnel vision, and that's
Yeah.
not good. Like I just saw her, and I'm like, okay, let's go. But then when I start to fight, I feel like I'm dreaming, and because my hands wasn't working like I want them to work, and I couldn't switch on. I was trying, and then the voices again. I couldn't hear what he wanted to say me, and then I hear him like he's screaming, "Just do that! What I'm saying to you, just do that!" But then I was like, "But what you were saying?" Because I didn't hear you, and then I was trying to focus all the time, but it really weird feeling. It's hard to describe everything, and then it's not big arena. I was fighting in so much bigger arena in Paris, and yeah, I was fighting with a French girl for the belt, like in front of French audience. That could be even bigger for me, but I don't know. Something was off on the fight day, and then probably it's gonna be better next time.
Yeah, do you feel this was just like a minor setback in your UFC career, minor setback, and then now your next fight is when the major comeback starts?
Yeah. Uh, really looking forward to the next one because now I was there. I know what to expect.
Yep.
I know how it's gonna be, and I'm probably gonna fight in Apex again.
Okay.
That's my thoughts. I don't know. So this is gonna be like big comeback for me.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, well, what is next for you? Do you have an opponent in mind? Are you talking to UFC? Do you have a date in mind? We got some really good cards coming up, fight night cards. We got UFC 300, 299, all these cards coming up. Is there anything in mind with that?
Yeah, of course. My husband is my manager, so he's in contact with the UFC. We was ready for the short notice in December. We really wanted to fight, but it wasn't so easy because everything was scheduled, so we could get just short notice. And after that, obviously, we didn't get to December, and UFC is finished with the events for this year. So we are hoping for February 10th, the same card like Jack Hermanson. He's gonna be main event there, and we are hoping for February 10th. But if not, maybe the week before that, 3rd of February. But yeah, nothing is 100%. We are in, or my husband is talking to them, so we are hoping for something soon.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you're excited to get back in there to prove that performance strong. I'm sure your fans and everyone's excited to see you back in there. And last thing here, before we get into anything else, do you have any goals for 2024? 2024 is coming up, whole new year, like a refresh. Do you want to have a certain amount of fights, or you want to have like do you want to finish like a certain finish you want, or is there something you have in mind that you really want in 2024?
Yes, of course. It's easy when you're winning the fight all the time. You're like going forward and everything is. But when you lost one fight, it's like I feel like I'm like 3, 4 steps back
Yeah.
than I was when I come to the UFC. So for me, the goal is to go at least 3 fights in the year.
Okay.
I don't have problems with injuries. I'm like I'm walking on 63. I'm not struggling to make 57, and I'm really hoping UFC gonna give me the chance to show that I'm not that fighter that come that I was there in with Luana. So yeah,
Yeah.
three fight would be perfect for me
Yeah.
for the 2024.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you're excited to get back in there. You're training hard. We all see it. I'm sure you're excited. And now, a little last few things, a little segment. I'm sure you remember the segment we do at the end. Just two random questions we added for the fans. It's just something they request. So, are you ready for the two random questions?
Yeah, yeah, of course.
All right, first one. Are aliens real?
Yeah,
Yes, you believe in aliens?
I believe in aliens.
Okay. Okay. And last one. Who do you think, if you had to say, who would be the main event of UFC 300? Who do you think it will be?
Okay, that's the hard one, but I don't know what's happening with John Jones right now, or if he's gonna soon come back. But John Jones and Miocic would be, oh my God, perfect
Yeah.
if that can happen.
Legendary heavyweight fight, the GOAT versus the
Yeah.
heavyweight GOAT. That would be a really good main event. And now for you
Mm.
though, really thanks again for your time. It really always is great catching up with you. And if you want to thank any sponsors or shout out anything, the floor is yours.
No, I don't have any sponsors, but thank you. I just want to thank my team that always supporting me, and yeah, that's it. Orion MMA Academy, thank you for being there for me every day and pushing my limits.
Yeah. Thanks again for your time. Appreciate it. We'll catch up soon. Have a good one.
Yes. You too. Bye.
Bye bye.